Doctors say now is the time to start the vaccination process so children can be fully protected by the fall. But as 13 WHAM's Carla Rogner reports, some parents are finding it difficult to get an appointment close to home. Carla?
Yeah, that's right. Monroe County is not doing any mass vaccination clinics for this age group, directing parents to their children's doctors instead. And as many doctors' offices are still working out the logistics for distributing this vaccine, some parents are going to great lengths to get their children protected. Caitlan Wilber wanted to get her nearly 2-year-old son vaccinated as soon as possible, but she couldn't find any appointments in Monroe County.
Once the decisions from the FDA and the CDC came down, I started my hunt for vaccines. It was more difficult than I anticipated in this area.
Through a Facebook group, she learned Niagara County was hosting an open clinic, so they made the trip an hour and a half west.
We've done everything we can to keep him protected as a family, but having him vaccinated is a huge weight off my shoulders.
Nicole Taylor also desperately searched for COVID vaccines for her 2 kids under 2. They've already had to quarantine 3 times this year because of exposure.
With all of the other age groups, and even for adults, when our vaccines were approved and started, we were able to get them. I feel like there was such a big push with, public sites to be able to go to and make appointments. And there was a lot of options. And right now it feels like there's no option.
Most pharmacies are only vaccinating children ages 3 and up, and many doctors' offices are still working out the logistics. At Rochester Regional Health, the biggest challenge has been staffing and scheduling the multiple necessary appointments. But doctors say the vaccine should be ready for their youngest patients in the next few weeks.
Our pediatric clinics will have it available this week, although it'll likely just be given as part of routine well child visits that are already scheduled this week. We're really looking at next week after the 4th of being able to start having clinics at each site. Young patients could come in just to get the COVID vaccine.
And parents without insurance or a regular doctor are asked to contact the Monroe County Immunization Clinic. We reached out to find more information about that, but we have yet to hear back.
Now, tomorrow, Democrats and Republicans in New York are going to pick their candidates for governor. For the first time in a dozen years, the name Cuomo will not be on the ballot, but the name Giuliani is. Samantha Croston explains who's running and what's at stake.
4 Republicans, 3 Democrats, and a Tuesday primary in June that will decide which of those 7 candidates go head-to-head this November.
This is an emotional moment for me. But
on the Democratic side, it's Kathy Hochul's race to lose. An incumbent with a campaign war chest of more than $30 million. Hochul, a Buffalo area native, was sworn in as governor in August 2021 after the scandal-plagued Andrew Cuomo resigned.
But I'll support the Constitution of the United States.
Cuomo's running mate for 2 terms, this is the first test of Hochul's popularity as governor. In a blue state, the primary is an important first step towards learning if New Yorkers want to see Hochul serve a full 4-year term as governor. She faces 2 Democrat challengers, New York City public advocate Jumaane Williams, running on a progressive platform, and Long Island Congressman Tom Suozzi, taking on a more centric position in this campaign. On the Republican side, a Giuliani is the most recognized name on the ballot. Not former New York City Mayor and Trump advisor Rudy Giuliani, but his son Andrew. The younger Giuliani trails in the polls to the party's most endorsed candidate, Long Island Congressman Lee Zeldin. A 3rd Republican is former Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino. Astorino was the party's nominee in 2014 when he lost to Andrew Cuomo in the general election. Harry Wilson rounds out this 4-way race. Wilson was the party's nominee for state comptroller in 2010, but lost in the general election. The Johnstown native is a financial investor and businessman who retired in his 30s and was once a Treasury Department advisor during the Obama administration. Polls are open from 6 tomorrow morning and they close at 9 tomorrow night. Because of the fight in New York over redistricting, all of the primaries for Congress and state legislature seats will be held on August 23rd.